In the world of luxury automobiles, where engineering excellence meets opulent design, a select few cars stand out not just for their price tags, but for the astonishing craftsmanship behind them. Here's a journey through the top 10 most expensive cars, each a marvel of modern technology and art. From the sleek lines of vintage Ferraris to the futuristic design of the Aston Martin Valkyrie, we'll explore the stories behind these automotive masterpieces. So buckle up and try not to drool on your keyboard as we embark on this high-octane adventure. Now, you can't talk about expensive cars without mentioning Ferrari, can you? And the 1955 410 Sport Spider is about as Ferrari as it gets. This isn't just a car, it's a roaring, fire-breathing legend with a history drenched in racing glory. This beauty has a V12 engine that sings a mechanical symphony at 8,000 RPM, the kind of soundtrack that makes your hair stand on end. Picture yourself behind the wheel, dicing it up on the Mille Miglia, the wind whipping through your hair as you chase down Maseratis and Aston Martins. They only built a handful of these, which is why this Scarlet Temptress is now worth a king's ransom. With its Pininfarina bodywork, this car is a timeless beauty. Owning a 1955 Ferrari 410 Sport Spider isn't just about having a car, it's about owning a piece of automotive history. Now, if the Ferrari is a fiery Italian stallion, then the 1937 Talbot Lago T150 CSS Teardrop Coupe is a sophisticated French masterpiece. Think of it as the automotive equivalent of a fine wine. This car isn't about brute force, it's about elegance, style, and those curves. Oh, those curves. They were designed by Figoni et Falaschi, the rock stars of the Art Deco era. Under that long flowing bonnet lies a straight-six engine that's more about smoothness than outright power. This car isn't about setting lap records, it's about arriving in style, preferably at a glamorous casino on the French Riviera. The craftsmanship is simply exquisite. We're talking hand-beaten aluminum bodywork, luxurious leather interiors, and enough chrome to make a rapper blush. This is a car built in an era when cars were more than just transport, they were works of art. If you ever see one in the wild, consider yourself blessed. Well, we're back to Ferrari, and this time it's the 335S, a car that's as legendary as its price tag. Why so expensive? Well, for starters, this thing has a 4-litre V12 engine that sounds like the gates of hell opening. This car was built for one thing and one thing only, to win races, and win it did, conquering legendary tracks like Le Mans and the Mille Miglia. But the 335S isn't just about brute force, it's also a looker. Those Scaglietti-designed lines are pure automotive sculpture, a blend of aggression and elegance. Only a handful of these were ever made, and each one has a story to tell. Tales of daring drivers, close calls on the track, and champagne-soaked victories. It's a living, breathing piece of motorsport history. Feast your eyes on the Bugatti La Voiture Noire. It takes the spirit of the legendary Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic and injects it with 21st century madness. It's called the Black Car for a reason. Sleek lines, menacing angles, and enough carbon fiber to build a stealth bomber. Designed by ninjas with a passion for speed. Under the hood, a 16-cylinder engine pumps out 1,479 horsepower. Enough power to get you from 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye. But it's not just about performance, it's about luxury too. An interior swathed in the finest leather with more gadgets than a Bond car. All this exclusivity comes at a hefty price. Now let's talk about the Pagani Zonda HAP Barchetta. This is a car that's as rare as it is beautiful, a rolling testament to the genius of Horacio Pagani, a man who builds cars with the passion of an artist and the precision of a Swiss watchmaker. They only ever made 3 of these beauties, so if you ever see one in the wild, consider yourself incredibly lucky. It's like spotting a unicorn, a very loud, very fast unicorn with a 7.3-litre naturally aspirated V12 engine. And that engine, it's a masterpiece of mechanical engineering, a symphony of pistons and valves that produces a sound that's both intoxicating and terrifying. This is a car that's meant to be driven, and driven hard. But the Zonda HP Barchetta isn't just about speed, it's also about style. Owning a Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta is like owning a piece of automotive jewelry. a treasure to be cherished and admired. Now, let's talk about a car that's in a league of its own when it comes to exclusivity, the Rolls-Royce Sweptail. This isn't just a car, it's a bespoke masterpiece, a one-off creation that took nearly 5 years to build. Commissioned by a client with very deep pockets and even deeper desires, the Sweptail is a love letter to the golden age of coach building. It's a car that whispers rather than shouts, a testament to understated elegance and unparalleled craftsmanship. Inspired by the sweeping lines of classic Rolls-Royces and the sleek yachts of the 1920s, the Sweptail is a study in automotive grace. Its long hood, flowing fenders and tapered rear end are the work of artists, not engineers, but the real magic happens when you step inside. The interior is a symphony of wood, leather and hand-polished metal. The Rolls-Royce Sweptail is the automotive equivalent of a Savile Row suit, perfectly tailored, exquisitely crafted, and utterly unique. Let's talk about a car that's a celebration of speed, power, and a century of excellence, the Bugatti 110. This limited edition hypercar marks Bugatti's 110th birthday, and they went all out. The 110 is a modern take on the legendary Bugatti EB 110 from the 1990s. It has the same wedge-shaped profile and sense of power, but with a modern twist. Underneath is Bugatti's 8-litre W16 engine, producing 1,577 horsepower. That's enough to hit 60 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds. The 110 is about more than speed. It's also about agility and handling. Now let's talk about a car that's the definition of understated elegance and effortless power, the Mercedes-Benz Maybach Exelero. This one-off luxury coupe is what happens when German engineering meets the boundless possibilities of bespoke customization. The Exelero was originally commissioned by Fulda Tires as a high-speed test bed for their latest rubber. But this wasn't your average test mule. This was a rolling showcase of Maybach's craftsmanship and attention to detail. Under that long, sleek hood lies a twin-turbocharged V12 engine that produces a colossal 690 horsepower. That's enough power to propel this luxurious land yacht to a top speed of 218 miles per hour. But the Exelero isn't just about brute force, it's about traveling in ultimate comfort and style. The interior is a masterpiece of leather, wood and chrome. Now let's talk about a car that's about as subtle as a chainsaw in a library, the Lamborghini Veneno. This track-focused supercar is a celebration of everything Lamborghini stands for: outrageous styling, mind-bending performance, and a soundtrack that will make your hair stand on end. The Veneno was built to celebrate Lamborghini's 50th anniversary, and it's clear that the designers were given free rein to let their imaginations run wild. The result is a car that looks like it drove straight out of a science fiction film. Under that aggressive, aerodynamically optimized bodywork lies a naturally aspirated 6.5-litre V12 engine that pumps out a thunderous 740 horsepower. That's enough power to make your internal organs rearrange themselves. But the Veneno isn't just about straight-line speed, it's also incredibly agile and responsive. Owning a Lamborghini Veneno is like owning a piece of automotive art that's also capable of giving you a heart attack. Finally, we arrive at the pinnacle of automotive performance and technological innovation, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. This hypercar is the result of a collaboration between Aston Martin and Red Bull Racing, and it's about as close as you can get to a Formula One car for the road. The Valkyrie's design is nothing short of breathtaking. It's got a low-slung, aerodynamically optimized body that looks like it was sculpted by the wind itself. The car is built around a lightweight carbon fiber chassis and features active aerodynamics that adapt to changing driving conditions. But the real heart of the Valkyrie lies in its hybrid powertrain. It combines a naturally aspirated 6.5-litre V12 engine developed by Cosworth with an electric motor, producing a combined output of over 1,100 horsepower. The Aston Martin Valkyrie is a technological tour de force, a car that pushes the boundaries of what's possible in the automotive world. So there you have it, our whirlwind tour of the 10 most expensive cars in the world. From vintage Ferraris to futuristic hypercars, these automotive masterpieces represent the pinnacle of engineering, design and exclusivity. They are more than just machines. They're rolling works of art, testaments to human ingenuity and the enduring allure of speed, luxury and the open road.